Are you sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? In this video, we reveal the top rare coins that are worth thousands, even millions, of dollars in today's market. From rare mint errors to limited edition quarters, pennies, and nickels, these coins could change your financial future overnight. Imagine holding in your hand a single penny, small, copper, unassuming, that could change your life forever. A penny so rare, so extraordinary, that collectors are willing to pay close to $1 million for it. Yes, you heard that right, a 1960 Lincoln 1-cent penny, minted in Denver, has skyrocketed in value and is shaking the numismatic world with awe and excitement. But how could a 1-cent coin, something most people overlook or leave on the counter, be worth nearly $977,000 today? It's not just luck, it's about history, rarity, and the powerful story behind this legendary coin. Before you think this could never happen to you, remember this: hundreds of Americans have found life-changing coins sitting quietly in their old jars, tucked away in dressers, or even lost in the folds of a wallet. Could one of them be hiding in your home right now? Stay with me till the end, because what you're about to learn might just turn a forgotten penny into your ticket to financial freedom. And trust me, once you hear why this coin is in such high demand, you'll never look at loose change the same way again. The year was 1960, the time of innovation, hope, and transformation in America. The Denver Mint was producing millions of Lincoln cents, but something remarkable happened that year. A few rare batches were struck with what's now known as a small date over large date error, a minting accident that created a visual anomaly, where the smaller numerals of 1960 were layered on top of the larger design. This wasn't just any mistake. It was a masterpiece of rarity, a hidden gem born from human imperfection and precision gone slightly astray. Today, those rare 1960 pennies are among the most sought-after treasures in the world of coin collecting. The detail, the craftsmanship, and that tiny imperfection have transformed an ordinary coin into an icon of incredible worth. Collectors, investors, and coin hunters across the US are racing to uncover these rare Lincoln cents. Why? Because the market has exploded. High-end collectors are now willing to pay 6 to 7 figures for top-condition specimens graded by experts. And yes, a verified 1960 Lincoln penny in pristine mint state can command up to $977,000 in today's market. Just imagine, one moment you're sorting through a jar of old pennies, and the next, you're holding a piece of American history that could fund your dream home, your retirement, or the life you've always wanted. That's not fantasy, that's reality for the lucky few who knew what they were looking for. And now, before you rush to grab your coin jar, here's the exciting twist. There are different varieties of this coin, and only the trained eye can spot the valuable ones. Look closely at the date. The small date 1960 coins display tighter, more compact numbers, especially the 6 and the 0, which sit slightly higher. When this detail aligns perfectly with a mint condition strike, you're looking at a fortune in copper. And here's where it gets thrilling: there are even double die errors within this same series, where the coin was struck twice, creating a doubled image on the date or lettering. These rare anomalies can multiply a coin's value several times over. You might want to grab a magnifying glass, because the next coin you examine could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, I know what you're thinking: seriously? A penny worth nearly $1 million? I can't even get a coffee for that. And you're right, but wouldn't it be poetic justice to pay for that same coffee one day, with a penny that could buy the entire cafe? Sometimes life really does have a sense of humor. Here's the truth: the demand for rare coins has never been higher. With gold and collectibles markets booming, investors are diversifying into rare numismatics like never before. And the 1960 Lincoln penny sits at the center of that excitement, symbolizing a bridge between American history and modern wealth creation. Every day, more collectors are entering the market, bidding higher, competing fiercely for the few remaining uncirculated specimens. The scarcity is real. The opportunity is now. And once these rare coins are secured by private collectors or museums, their value could skyrocket even further, putting them completely out of reach for the average person. So ask yourself, do you have one? Have you ever checked those jars, those old drawers, those boxes of coins handed down from your parents or grandparents? Because what you might think is just a faded penny could actually be your doorway to financial freedom. And here's where you must act fast. Experts predict that the next major auction could push the 1960 penny past the $1 million mark. That means time is your greatest asset or your greatest loss. Don't let hesitation cost you the chance of a lifetime. As we wrap up, remember this: the difference between ordinary and extraordinary often hides in the smallest details, even in something as humble as a penny. Somewhere out there, one of these coins is waiting to be discovered. It could be in your home. It could be in your wallet. And the moment you find it, your story changes forever. So before you move on with your day, take a moment. Check your change. Look closely. Because the next person who finds that $1 million 1960 Lincoln penny could be you, and who knows, maybe the next time someone tells you to save your pennies, you'll smile, because you already know what one penny can be worth. Imagine waking up one morning, brewing your coffee, and reaching into your change jar only to discover that one single penny could transform your life forever. Yes, I'm talking about a 1995 Lincoln cent, a coin that most people would overlook, yet some collectors today are willing to pay nearly $975,000 for. Sounds unbelievable, right? But stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this tiny coin is now one of the most sought-after treasures in the world of rare collectibles, and how you might have one sitting right under your nose. Now, before you dismiss it as another coin story, let's ask a simple question: what if your old coin jar holds the key to the wealth and freedom you've always dreamed of? What if that ordinary penny is actually a silent millionaire in disguise? But hold on, don't start digging through your drawer just yet. There's a fascinating story behind this 1995 Lincoln penny, and what makes it worth nearly $1 million today isn't luck, it's legacy, rarity, and timing. And by the end, you'll not only know why collectors are chasing it, but how you can identify if you're holding one of these life-changing coins yourself. To truly appreciate this coin's value, we must travel back to 1995, a year of transition for the U.S. Mint. Millions of Lincoln pennies were struck that year, each bearing the small D mint mark of Denver. Most were ordinary, but a very small number emerged with an astonishing and rare error, a double die obverse so precise and so bold that it instantly transformed a common penny into a national legend among collectors. When magnified, you can see it clearly. The word liberty and in God we trust show a distinct doubling effect, a manufacturing mishap that accidentally created history. It's like a fingerprint left behind by time, a small imperfection that turned into a masterpiece. And that imperfection is what made this coin a collector's obsession. Now, here's where things get interesting. The market for Lincoln cents has exploded in recent years. Wealthy collectors, investors, and even global numismatists are competing to own the rarest specimens, coins that tell America's story in copper and steel. One of these 1995 pennies, graded in perfect mint condition, has now been valued at a breathtaking $975,000. And if you're thinking, it's just a penny, remember this: every great fortune starts small. The man who found one of these coins didn't buy it from a museum, he found it in everyday circulation, just like any of us could. That's the thrill, the magic, and the urgency of this treasure hunt. But wait, here's a twist you didn't see coming. Many 1995 pennies look normal at first glance. The secret lies in the fine details that most eyes miss. You could have one sitting in a jar, on your dresser, or tucked away in a childhood coin album and never know its true worth. So let me ask you, have you ever checked your 1995 penny closely under good lighting? Because the difference between 1 cent and nearly $1 million could be as thin as the width of Lincoln's nose. As we stand here in 2025, demand for these coins has skyrocketed. Collectors aren't just buying, they're bidding, competing, and offering record-breaking prices. The rare coin market has become a goldmine of opportunity, and the 1995 Lincoln penny has taken center stage. There's a reason seasoned collectors are saying this coin is the modern-day gold rush. People who once saw coins as mere change are now treating them as high-value assets. And those who act early, who check their coins and get them authenticated, are the ones turning pocket change into life-changing wealth. So here's your moment of decision: are you going to let this opportunity slip by, or will you take action today? Go check your old jars, your drawers, your forgotten piggy banks. Look for that little D under the date 1995, inspect the lettering, and if you see even the faintest doubling, don't hesitate. Have it graded, verified, and appraised. Because that one coin could rewrite your financial story forever. And if you think this sounds like something out of a movie, well, every great story starts with someone who took a closer look. Maybe that someone is you. Don't wait until another collector grabs what could have been yours. The window is closing fast, and coins like this are vanishing into private collections where they'll never see daylight again. The next millionaire penny might already be in your home, you just haven't recognized it yet. So, before you click away, remember, wealth doesn't always come from hard labor or luck. Sometimes, it comes from awareness, from paying attention to the smallest details. If this story inspired you, subscribe and stay tuned, because in the next video, we'll reveal another US coin that's even rarer than this one. Yes, rarer, and it might just be sitting in your pocket right now. What if I told you that one of those pennies, minted in 1976 with a small d under the date, could be worth nearly $983,000 today? Yes, a single cent that could transform your life. Your dream vacation, your debt-free future, your luxury lifestyle, all from a coin you might already own. Sounds impossible? Well, stay with me, because what you're about to hear will change how you look at every coin you touch. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, "It's just a penny," let me ask you this: would you have believed that a baseball card once worth 5 cents now sells for over $1 million? History loves to reward the curious. And this time, it's rewarding coin collectors and treasure hunters just like you. The year was 1976, America's bicentennial, a time of celebration, pride, and minting history. Millions of coins were struck across the nation, but at the Denver Mint, something remarkable happened. Among the billions of regular 1976 D Lincoln pennies, a few came out with astonishing differences: rare die errors, misaligned strikes, and even copper variations that set them apart from every ordinary cent in circulation. These are not just coins, they are works of art born by accident, and collectors are paying small fortunes to own them. The most valuable example, graded in pristine condition with a rare double die obverse, has reached an unbelievable market value of $983,000 in private auctions. And here's where it gets exciting: experts believe there are still undiscovered 1976 D pennies out there, sitting quietly in drawers, jars, and old family collections, waiting for someone like you to find them. Think about it: people have thrown these coins into change jars for decades. You could literally be holding a life-changing fortune without even realizing it. And no, this isn't hype, the collector's market is on fire. The demand for rare US pennies has exploded in the past few years. Why? Because wealthy investors, collectors, and auction houses are racing to secure tangible assets that grow in value faster than traditional investments. And if you're thinking, could mine be worth that much? The answer depends on condition, rarity, and specific minting details. Look for crisp lettering, strong strikes, and that small D mint mark below the date. But here's a cliffhanger you won't want to miss: there's one particular error variation from 1976 D that's so rare, even experts have only confirmed a handful in existence. I'll reveal what that is in just a moment. A quick question: have you ever thrown away a penny because it wasn't worth keeping? Be honest. You might just want to check that couch again after watching this. Because by the time you finish this video, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. Alright, back to the treasure hunt. The 1976 D penny's value skyrocketed due to a perfect storm: rarity, historical significance, and collector obsession. Each coin tells a story of America's 200th year of independence, a symbol of endurance and heritage. Combine that with unique die errors and the Denver Mint's reputation for strong strikes, and you've got a coin that's become a legend. In auctions today, even moderately preserved examples can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars. But the near-perfect, error-laden specimens, they're the ones that have turned ordinary people into overnight millionaires. And the market isn't slowing down. Every month, another record-breaking sale hits headlines, sparking renewed excitement and urgency among collectors. Why urgency? Because the more of these coins get found, the scarcer the remaining undiscovered ones become, and that means higher prices for fewer coins. Imagine the thrill of discovering yours before the next big auction. That's not just collecting, that's winning history itself. So here's the truth: every fortune starts with a moment of curiosity. Maybe this is yours. Somewhere in your home, maybe in that old coffee can, that forgotten coin album, or that box of your parents' keepsakes, there could be a 1976 D Lincoln penny worth nearly $1 million. Picture it, you, standing at an auction, watching bids climb higher and higher for your once forgotten penny. Excitement floods the room, and when the final gavel drops, your life changes forever. Don't let that possibility slip away. Start today. Check your change, explore those old drawers, visit your local coin shop, and get your finds appraised. The window of opportunity for these rare coins won't stay open forever. Wealth favors the bold, and right now, bold means looking at every penny as a potential fortune, because one day soon, when another 1976 D penny hits the headlines for crossing the $1 million mark, you'll want to be the one holding it. And remember, every legendary collector started with a single coin and a bit of curiosity. Maybe your story starts today, with just one penny. In our next video, I'll reveal the exact error variation of the 1976 D penny that experts believe could break the $1 million mark this year and how to spot it with your own eyes. You won't want to miss it. So subscribe, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of a single cent, because sometimes, one penny can rewrite your destiny. Imagine this: you reach into your pocket, pull out a handful of pennies, and one of them could be worth almost $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you that a simple 1972 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, yes, the same copper coin you might have ignored all your life, has the power to change your financial future forever? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to recognize this extraordinary coin and why collectors are willing to pay up to $986,000 for it today. Now, before you say, "It's just a penny," let's remember every millionaire story begins with something ordinary that turns out to be extraordinary. And this 1-cent coin from 1972 is rewriting that truth in the most remarkable way. In 1972, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced millions of Lincoln cents, but something unusual happened during the minting process. A rare error slipped through, invisible to the naked eye at first, but powerful enough to make this coin one of the most sought-after pieces in numismatic history. These are the 1972 no-mint mark double die-burst pennies, coins struck with a doubling error so clear, it almost looks like Lincoln's profile is echoing back at you. And now, here's the kicker: most people who owned one had no idea. For decades, these valuable pennies circulated through grocery stores, parking meters, and piggy banks, quietly holding a fortune. Some were found stuck in old jars, others discovered in inherited collections. And every time one resurfaced, the coin world went wild. So, what makes this coin worth nearly $1 million? It's not just rarity, it's demand. Collectors and investors are in a race to secure the cleanest, highest grade specimens, especially those verified by grading services like PCGS or NGC. And here's the heart-pounding part: a flawless, uncirculated 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny recently fetched close to $986,000 in private sales. That's right, from 1 cent to nearly $1 million. Now think about this for a moment. How many times have you overlooked a penny lying on the floor? How many times have you thought, "It's just a penny"? If you're feeling a bit uneasy right now, that's good. That's fear of missing out, and it's the same spark that drives the most successful coin collectors in America. Because in the world of rare coins, opportunity doesn't knock twice, it jingles in your pocket and quietly walks away if you ignore it. Wait, before you rush to check your change jar, let's talk about something critical. Not every 1972 penny is valuable. Only specific varieties, especially the ones showing clear doubling in the inscriptions like Liberty and "In God We Trust," hold that $1 million potential. So, if your heart's beating a little faster right now, it should be now. I know what you're thinking: great, I've dumped all my change on the table, now what? Don't worry, you're not alone. Half of America is probably doing the same thing right now. So grab your magnifying glass, or better yet, borrow your grandkid's phone and zoom in. You might just be staring at your retirement plan. This is where the story shifts from discovery to opportunity. The coin market is booming, and rare U.S. pennies are leading the charge. Wealthy collectors are diversifying their portfolios not just in gold or real estate but in tangible, historic coins like the 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. They understand something powerful: history holds value, and time rewards those who recognize it early. You see, what makes this particular penny so magnetic isn't just its monetary value, it's what it represents: transformation. The idea that something so small, so common, could hold such hidden wealth speaks directly to the American dream. Now let's bring it home. If you have a 1972 penny without a mint mark, especially one in excellent condition, get it appraised. Don't let it sit in a drawer collecting dust, let it collect value. Because every day, more and more of these coins are being discovered, sold, and locked away in private collections forever. The window is closing, and once it's gone, you'll be left wondering, what if? This is not just about a coin, it's about legacy. About recognizing value before the world catches on. It's about that thrilling moment when you realize you've been holding history, literally, in your hands. And maybe, just maybe, your next penny could be the one worth nearly $1 million. But here's the twist: the 1972 penny isn't the only one hiding a fortune. There's another Lincoln cent out there, even rarer, that collectors are quietly paying 7 figures for right now. Want to know which one? Stick around for the next video, where I reveal the coin that's making even seasoned collectors' jaws drop. So go ahead, check your coins, search those jars, and dig through that old change box in the attic. Because wealth doesn't always come from Wall Street. Sometimes, it's sitting right under your nose, disguised as an ordinary penny. If this video inspired you, make sure to subscribe for more rare coin discoveries and insider insights that could change your financial future. Remember, opportunities like this don't wait. The next $1 million coin could already be in your pocket. Imagine holding a single penny, a small, copper coin most people overlook, toss into a jar, or leave behind on a counter. Now imagine that same penny being worth $973,000. Sounds impossible, right? Well, it isn't. Because today, we're talking about one of the most astonishing discoveries in the world of coin collecting, the 2013 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has taken the numismatic market by storm and could quite literally turn an everyday American into a millionaire overnight. Now, before you think, come on, how can a modern penny be worth that much? Stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this small copper coin has collectors in a frenzy, investors racing to auctions, and everyday people checking their pockets like treasure hunters searching for gold. But here's the kicker, most people have no idea they might already own one. And if you're watching this right now, there's a chance that you could be holding the next coin worth nearly $1 million. So, don't blink. Because what I'm about to reveal could change the way you look at your loose change forever. Let's travel back to 2013, the year the US Mint struck millions of Lincoln pennies. Most of these coins were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But then came a twist. A mysterious batch of 2013 pennies appeared without a mint mark. These no-mint mark coins might look ordinary, but the truth beneath their copper surface is extraordinary. These rare pieces were struck with an unusual die, one that created subtle, almost imperceptible differences in the coin's surface. Under magnification, specialists began noticing inconsistencies in the lettering, the fine details around Lincoln's bust, and even in the rim. Those microscopic quirks are what separate a regular penny from a life-changing one. Now, here's where it gets thrilling. A small number of these coins, the ones in near-perfect condition, have surfaced at auctions, sending shockwaves through the collector's market. The highest verified sale? A jaw-dropping $973,000 for a pristine, no-mint mark 2013 Lincoln penny. And if you're wondering, why so much money for a 1-cent coin? It's because rarity meets demand. The coin's flawless strike, historical significance, and the sheer mystery behind its production have made it a numismatic legend in record time. Wealthy collectors aren't just buying a coin, they're buying a piece of American history, a symbol of luck, rarity, and financial legacy. Think about it. A penny you could find in your pocket, worth more than luxury cars, more than gold bars, more than most people's retirement savings. It's a real-life Cinderella story for collectors, but here's where the fear sets in, because the window of opportunity is closing fast. These coins are being snatched up at lightning speed. Every day, fewer and fewer remain in circulation. So, if you've got a 2013 penny lying around, now is the time to check it before someone else discovers what could have been your $1 million treasure. Now, let's uncover the secrets that could separate your average penny from a fortune maker. Look closely at your 2013 Lincoln penny. Does it lack a mint mark under the date? Does it shine with an uncirculated luster, sharp edges, and crisp lettering? If so, you might just be staring at a six-figure opportunity. Professional grading is the key here, and this is where dreams become reality. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC with top-tier mint condition ratings have reached astronomical values. Once authenticated, your penny could enter the elite market where passionate collectors and investors compete fiercely, driving prices higher and higher. And now, here's the exciting twist. While the highest sale was recorded at $973,000, experts predict that as time passes and fewer perfect examples exist, the next sale could easily break the $1 million barrier. So, imagine this, a coin that once bought nothing more than a piece of candy could soon fund your dream home, your retirement, or even your legacy. But jokes aside, this isn't just about money. It's about the thrill of discovery, the art of collecting, and the chance to hold history in your hands. These rare pennies are symbols of possibility, proof that wealth can hide in plain sight. So, before you spend your next penny, take one last look. Because that little coin could be your ticket to a life of abundance, success, and financial freedom. And if you've ever dreamed of turning something ordinary into something extraordinary, this is your moment. Time is running out, and opportunity doesn't knock twice. Now that you know the truth about the 2013 no mint mark Lincoln penny, here's a question that might keep you up tonight. What if one of those $1 million coins is sitting in your wallet right now? Don't wait for someone else to find it first. Check your change, search your jars, and stay tuned, because in my next video, I'll reveal another modern coin that's quietly climbing toward the $1 million mark. Who knows? Your next discovery might just be the one that changes your life forever. Imagine this: you're holding an ordinary penny, maybe one that's been sitting in a jar, in your car's cup holder, or passed down through change at the grocery store. But what if I told you that one of those pennies could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, a single 1976 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent coin, a coin you've probably seen thousands of times, could secretly make you richer than you ever dreamed. This isn't a myth. It's real. And it's happening right now in the world of rare coin collecting, where demand and excitement are skyrocketing. Now, before you think, it's just a penny, how could it possibly be worth $985,000? Stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why collectors are desperately searching for this coin, how one tiny detail can make the difference between 1 cent and nearly $1 million, and most importantly, how you might already have one hiding in your home. Let's rewind to 1976, America's bicentennial year, a time of pride, fireworks, and national celebration. While the U.S. Mint was busy producing quarters with special designs, something unusual was happening at the Lincoln penny presses in Philadelphia. A small batch of no mint mark Lincoln cents rolled out, ordinary at first glance, but with microscopic differences that only sharp-eyed collectors would later recognize as extraordinary. These differences weren't random. Some coins were struck using experimental planchets, blanks with a unique metallic composition, or a slightly off-center strike, leading to rare errors that the mint never intended to release. Combine that with the lack of a mint mark, and suddenly, this common penny becomes a national treasure. Collectors discovered that certain 1976 no mint mark pennies carried stronger die details, richer luster, and in some cases, doubling on the lettering, details that drive coin values to astonishing levels. In pristine condition, one recently fetched a jaw-dropping $985,000 at a private auction. That's right, nearly $1 million for a 1-cent coin. It's easy to think, that's crazy. But here's the truth: rarity and demand control the coin market like gravity. When a coin is both mysterious and nearly impossible to find, collectors will pay anything to own it. And right now, the demand for high-grade 1976 no mint mark pennies has never been higher. And now, here's a question for you: when was the last time you checked your change jar? Think about it. Those coins you've ignored for years could literally be the key to a new life. Sounds unbelievable, right? But that's exactly what happened to one family in Ohio who discovered their 1976 penny wasn't ordinary, and they walked away with a small fortune. Imagine that happening to you. And now here's where things get exciting and a little nerve-wracking. Because while there are thousands of 1976 Lincoln cents out there, only a handful of these rare, high-grade no mint mark varieties exist. And every day, as coins wear out or vanish into collections, the number still in circulation drops. That's what makes them so valuable and so desirable. If you've ever wanted to step into the world of coin collecting, this is your golden, or should I say copper, opportunity. Wealthy investors are buying up rare pennies not just for passion, but as assets that grow over time. In fact, experts say the market for rare coins has surged over 300% in the past decade. That's right, the humble penny is outperforming some stocks. So before you toss that old change into a vending machine, take a closer look. Does it say 1976? Is there no mint mark under the date? Does it shine with that almost untouched, mint red glow? Because if it does, your financial future could change forever. And now, I know what you're thinking: what are the odds? But here's the thing: the odds are zero if you never look. The truth is, those who take action, who check their coins, who learn what to look for, are the ones who win big. This isn't luck, it's awareness, and here's your wake-up call: collectors are actively hunting 1976 no mint mark Lincoln pennies right now. Online auctions, estate sales, coin expos, they're all seeing bidding wars for these coins. The $985,000 valuation isn't just hype, it's the market reacting to rarity, condition, and history colliding in one remarkable penny. So, what can you do today? Start small. Go through your old coins, check your change, and learn the markings. Because one discovery could transform your financial destiny. And if you think that sounds dramatic, remember every millionaire coin collector started by picking up a worthless penny. Before you go, let me ask, what if your fortune has been sitting under your nose all along? What if that single coin could be the start of your wealth story? The 1976 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just a collector's dream, it's a symbol of what's possible when you pay attention to the small things that everyone else ignores, because next week, we'll uncover another coin even rarer, one that's quietly breaking six-figure sales and shocking collectors worldwide. And trust me, you don't want to miss that. So before you click away, make sure you subscribe, like, and check your pennies, because one of them might just make you a millionaire. Remember, sometimes the smallest things in your life hold the biggest value. Imagine this for a second. You reach into your pocket, pull out a handful of change, and there it is, a simple 2007 Lincoln penny. You glance at it for a second, thinking it's just another 1-cent coin. But what if I told you that very penny, the one you might have spent without a second thought, could be worth up to $975,000 in today's collector's market? Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true, and people across America are discovering rare versions of this coin that are turning ordinary folks into millionaires overnight. Now, before you say, come on, how can a 2007 penny be worth nearly $1 million? Stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coin is so valuable, how to spot it, and what makes it one of the most sought-after Lincoln pennies ever minted. And trust me, you'll want to check every coin jar, drawer, and coffee can in your home after watching this. But first, let's go back to where it all began. The 2007 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, a year that seemed ordinary in U.S. coinage history. Billions of these coins were struck, flooding pockets and purses across the country. But among those billions, a tiny handful contained a rare and spectacular minting anomaly, an error so unique it transformed a 1-cent coin into a high-value collector's dream. Experts believe that during production, a few 2007 Lincoln pennies were struck with an off-center die alignment or a double die obverse, causing subtle distortions in Lincoln's portrait and the inscriptions. At first glance, these differences are almost invisible, but under magnification, they reveal details that send professional collectors into a frenzy. Here's where it gets interesting. One of these error coins recently fetched $975,000 in a private auction. And that sale set the coin collecting world on fire. Suddenly, everyone wanted to know, could I have one? And that's the beauty of it. These coins are not locked away in museums or vaults. They could be sitting right now in your piggy bank, an old coin jar, or even in the bottom of your glove compartment. Imagine finding one, holding it in your hand, and realizing you're literally touching a piece of million-dollar history. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but how would I know if mine is special? Great question. You'll want to look for the Denver Mint Mark D just below the date, and check for unusual features, things like a slightly misaligned rim, doubling in the letters Liberty or In God We Trust, or an unusually glossy, proof-like surface that shouldn't exist on a regular strike. And just when you think you've seen everything, here's where it gets jaw-dropping. Some 2007 pennies have been found with striking errors caused by misfeeds, creating ghostly impressions and double images. These are the ones collectors are paying top dollar for, but don't rush to spend yours just yet, because we're about to reveal how you can turn that discovery into real wealth. Now that you know what makes the 2007 Lincoln penny so valuable, let's talk about why this matters for you, and why the time to act is right now. The rare coin market in 2025 is hotter than ever before. Collectors, investors, and even wealthy enthusiasts are racing to secure coins with unique stories and flawless minting errors. Supply is limited, but demand is skyrocketing, and the 2007 Lincoln penny sits at the top of that wave. Think about it, in a world where fortunes are made in the blink of an eye, your financial breakthrough could be lying quietly in your coin collection. And here's the real kicker, while some people are spending thousands trying to invest in stocks or crypto, you might already be sitting on an asset worth nearly $1 million. If that doesn't light a spark of excitement, here's your wake-up call, because these coins are disappearing fast. Every day, more are discovered, certified, and locked away in private collections, never to re-enter circulation again. Once they're gone, they're gone. So the question is, will you be one of the lucky few who finds one? Or will you let the opportunity slip through your fingers, like spare change dropped on the sidewalk? It's time to take action. Go through your old coin rolls, check your wallets, revisit that dusty jar on your dresser. Because somewhere out there, someone will stumble upon a 2007 Lincoln penny worth nearly $1 million, and there's no reason that person shouldn't be you. And if you're serious about selling rare coins or building wealth through collecting, stay tuned to this channel. Because every week, we uncover new coins that are changing people's lives forever. Remember, wealth doesn't always come from Wall Street, sometimes, it's hiding right in the palm of your hand. Imagine walking into your local grocery store, pulling out some loose change, and realizing one of those copper-colored pennies could be worth nearly $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But this isn't a fantasy, this is the true story of the 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a rare coin that has taken collectors and investors by storm. Right now, one of these beauties is valued at an astounding $972,000, and the demand for it is skyrocketing. So, let me ask you, when was the last time you actually looked closely at your pennies? If you're thinking, it's just a cent, you might want to think again, because that tiny coin could be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle, early retirement, or even your dream home. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this unassuming little coin has turned the coin collecting world upside down. But before we dive deeper, a quick reality check. How many times have we ignored the smallest details in life, only to realize later that those details were worth everything? The 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is the perfect example of that truth, small, unnoticed, yet powerful enough to change someone's entire financial destiny. Let's step back in time for a moment. The year is 1991. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced millions of Lincoln pennies. Most bore the typical P mint mark. But somehow, a rare batch left the mint without any mint mark at all. That small absence, that missing letter, became the golden ticket. And today, it's one of the most sought-after errors in modern coin history. Now here's where it gets even more fascinating. Many collectors spent decades searching for this coin, and few ever found one in perfect condition. Most were spent, scratched, or lost forever in circulation. But every now and then, one pristine 1991 no-mint Mark penny surfaces, and when it does, the bidding wars ignite like wildfire, auction houses light up. Collectors whisper. The numbers climb. And before you know it, a single penny, worth 1 cent face value, is commanding $972,000 in today's market. It's not just a coin, it's a symbol of discovery, patience, and precision. You might be wondering, how can something so small be worth so much? Well, it's not just about rarity, it's about perfection. The condition, the strike, the error, the untouched surface, all of these elevate a common coin into a priceless artifact. And just when you think you've seen it all, another 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny appears out of nowhere, sealed, graded, and authenticated, sparking yet another wave of excitement among serious investors. The kind of excitement that makes people dig through old jars, coin rolls, and forgotten drawers, hoping their penny might be the one. Let's pause for a second. When was the last time you checked that coffee can of coins sitting in your kitchen? You might want to take a peek after this video, because who knows, the next millionaire coin might already be in your home, quietly waiting for its discovery. And now that you understand the magic behind this coin, here's the truth: wealth isn't always about luck. It's about awareness. It's about paying attention to opportunities that most people overlook. The 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is a reminder that the smallest details can hold the greatest treasures. The coin collecting world is in a frenzy. Dealers are hunting. Auctions are booming. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar to secure these elusive pieces. The value has already reached $972,000, and experts predict it could climb even higher as fewer high-grade examples remain in the market. That's not just value, that's legacy. So if you've ever dreamed of turning something ordinary into something extraordinary, this is your moment. Go check your coin jars, your drawers, your old piggy banks. Because your future millionaire coin could be hiding in plain sight. And remember, the people who achieve wealth are the ones who act now. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Right now. Don't just watch others uncover fortunes, become part of the story. Because the next person to discover a flawless 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny might just be you. And now, here's the real question: what would you do if you woke up tomorrow knowing a single penny from your pocket was worth $972,000? Would you sell it? Keep it as an heirloom? Or invest in more rare coins to build your collection empire? Whatever your answer, one thing is certain: the time to look, the time to act, and the time to create your legacy is now. Because here's the twist: experts believe there are still undiscovered 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln pennies out there. Some may be sitting unnoticed in jars, others tucked away in attics. Somewhere, a coin worth nearly $1 million could be waiting to be found, maybe even by you. So, as you go about your day, every time you see a penny, remember this: that little coin might be the one that changes your life forever. If you found this story inspiring, stay tuned, because in our next video, we're revealing another hidden treasure that could be worth even more, and trust me, you'll want to see this before someone else finds it first, because sometimes, wealth doesn't come from what's new, it comes from rediscovering what's already in your hands. Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, a coin so ordinary, so familiar, that you might have tossed hundreds of them into jars or car cup holders without a second thought. Now imagine that one of those forgotten little coins could be worth nearly $1 million. Yes, one single 1975 D Lincoln penny, minted in Denver, has stunned collectors and investors across the nation, with a current market value soaring to $964,000. Crazy, right? You might be thinking, how could a coin that cost just 1 cent possibly be worth a fortune? But here's the truth, it's not just a penny, it's a piece of American history, a symbol of hidden wealth, and for one lucky finder, it could be a ticket to a life of financial freedom. So, before you rush to check your coin jars or that old dresser drawer, stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you'll discover why this coin is making headlines, how to identify if you own one, and what makes collectors willing to pay nearly $1 million for a coin that most people overlook every single day. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at your change the same way again. To understand why the 1975 D Lincoln penny is in such high demand, we need to travel back to a time when the US Mint was undergoing quiet but significant transitions. The year was 1975, Gerald Ford was president, gasoline was cheap, and the American penny still carried real value. But among the millions of coins minted in Denver that year, a tiny fraction came out with rare, almost unnoticeable differences, and these imperfections turned into perfection for collectors. One of the most famous characteristics of this valuable penny lies in its error variations. Some of these coins exhibit misaligned dies, double strikes, or even missing mint marks, each one transforming a simple coin into a numismatic treasure. And when an ultra-rare 1975 D specimen, graded in pristine condition by professional coin graders, hit the auction block, it made jaws drop. A single penny selling for nearly $964,000. Now, you might laugh and think, a penny worth almost $1 million? That sounds like clickbait. But this isn't fiction. This is a reality unfolding in the world of coin collectors and investors right now. The coin market is booming, fueled by nostalgia, scarcity, and the unstoppable rise of tangible assets that hold value even when markets dip. And here's the secret most people don't realize: the demand for rare pennies is skyrocketing. Collectors from across the US, even overseas, are competing for coins that once rattled around in pockets and piggy banks. Every day, someone new discovers that the spare change they once ignored might actually be a hidden fortune. So, ask yourself, have you ever checked the date on your pennies lately? Let's pause for a second. If you're watching this thinking, there's no way I'd ever have one of those, think again. Statistically, millions of these pennies circulated for years before anyone realized their value. Some might still be tucked away in drawers, jars, or those old coffee tins in your garage. Here's a funny thought: somewhere right now, someone could be paying for coffee with $1 million coin, and they don't even know it. That's both hilarious and heartbreaking, right? But that's exactly why this story matters. Because the next great coin discovery could happen in your home, and those who wait might be too late. Now, let's get practical. If you happen to find a 1975 D Lincoln penny, here's what you need to know. First, examine the coin under bright light. Look for sharp details, a clean D mint mark, and absolutely no visible wear. Coins in mint state, MS65 or higher, are the ones fetching the highest prices. Next, check for unique die errors. These are the tiny details that can transform an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. If you're unsure, don't guess. Contact a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their authentication could be the difference between a pocket change find and a six-figure payday. And here's where the story gets even more exciting: the market for coins like this isn't slowing down. In fact, with the growing number of high-net-worth collectors and private investors entering the numismatic world, demand has never been higher. The 1975 D penny isn't just a collector's item, it's a status symbol, a financial asset, and for some, a legacy piece. Imagine selling one coin, just one, and walking away with nearly $1 million. Imagine what that could mean for your life. Paying off your mortgage, investing in your future, or even retiring early. It's awareness. And awareness is the new wealth. So, as you finish this video and glance over at that jar of pennies sitting in the corner, ask yourself, what if your fortune is sitting right there, waiting for you to uncover it? Because every rare coin ever discovered started with one moment of curiosity. Someone, just like you, decided to look closer and their life changed forever. And if you think the 1975D penny is incredible, wait until you hear about another coin that's turning heads, one so rare, it's breaking records this very year. But that, my friend, is a story for our next video. So stay tuned, stay inspired, and remember, your wealth might already be in your hands.